15 years ago. Anyway, so did you fight that day?
I did. I fought, I want to say Friday and Saturday, and ended up winning for this region.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's right. It was okay. That's how you got to nationals.
Yes, sir.
Got it. Good. All right, so let's see. We have another. This is Isaiah Ortiz, who will be joining us. Adrian tells us in a bit, and Adrian will be down and get ready. And Isaiah is fighting Lee Ho from the University of North Carolina. So what do you know about Isaiah Ortiz? Give us what you know.
Next up,
so Isaiah and I are both junior captains on the team.
And so wait till hold on. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Introducing the principals first, boxing out of the blue corner, representing Tar Country, the University of North Carolina, Lee Ho. And his opponent boxing out of the red corner. He is a 2017 national runner-up, and last year won the national championship at 119 from Army Isaiah Ortiz.
So obviously he's one of your blue chippers.
Yes, sir. I'll let him have the announcer.
So, what's his style?
So with these lighter weight classes, they usually come out really fast and straight punches, and they're just throwing them the whole time. But he's kind of sitting back, letting his opponent come to him, and then he's going to return some punches.
Quick. It looks like he has really quick arms. So what's that? Why is he taking so many punches early?
Riley, are you in close?
Is that unusual?
I wouldn't say it's unusual. Most of those punches he had blocked, and so I don't believe the refs count those. They have to be full contact with the knuckle part of the gloves.
I can't wait to see the girls.
Do your coaches encourage you to go for the head, to go for the body? Is there an ideal area to attack?
Full body, if you start up top and you finish down low, and vice versa.
Does the sport require a lot of running for conditioning?
I would say so. Typically, the boxers that do the best are the ones that run the most.
This kid from North Carolina is certainly not backing off for knowing he's going against a national champ. Do you know anything about his opponent?
I do not. I don't know anything about him. UNC typically has good fighters, though, in these lighter weight divisions.
So how do you score that one?
I'll always root for my team. I'll always root for my team, sir. But I think that if we're going to pull out a win in this one, then we're just going to have to pull it together on all fronts.
So were you able to find our site?
I was, yes, sir.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
good. At the other competitions that you go to, do they have set up similar to this where they're paid admission and what is staged? Are they staged events like this?
Yeah, yes, sir. Generally speaking, especially for these collegiate type tournaments and bouts.
So when you went to the Nationals last year, did they get a nice crowd for that?
Yes, they do. Like I said earlier, the Corps is really good about supporting our teams.
Yes, on the internet, not on the PA system. Are you looking for the PA system?
It's just interesting.
Yeah, okay. All right. So, what do we see in the kid from Carolina's hanging with him, isn't he?
Yeah, he's aggressive. He's doing exactly what he needs to be doing, applying pressure.
So what the referee just tell him?
They need to bring their heads up. They're starting to duck too low.
Which means they do that because they're tired, because it's self-defense. What's that about?
Typically, you dodge one punch, and there's only a certain amount of directions you can travel to dodge the next one, and you just have to bend at the waist.
Ortiz likes to go low, doesn't he? From way out.
Yes, sir.
He landed a good one there, didn't he? Or did he? I mean, it's hard for me to differentiate. He looks like that looked pretty good, didn't it?
Yeah, he's staying with them. The UNC guy, he's throwing a lot of punches. Maybe he's starting to tire out a little. And you can see holding, and that's a sure sign that you're starting to get tired.
How many points might he lose for doing that? 1 or 2 for this round?
No points. Typically, you won't lose any points for holding, unless you're just flagrantly trying to toss somebody out of the ring or throw him to the ground.
Well, that one certainly seemed to go to the defending national champ. You know where he's from?
His family is in the military, and they travel all around the country and the world. So I think Florida is where he claims. That's where I believe his residency is.
Get your 50 tickets. Volunteers are coming around to purchase them. Find out the winner and intermission. Speaking of intermission, let's make a deal. Dr. Larry Cox. Get that ticket to play Let's Make a Deal. Look for the table near the event.
Did you get your ticket for Let's Make a Deal? I haven't seen Dr. Cox. Dr. Cox is from Lock Haven. He is now a doctor south of Harrisburg, okay? But he comes back for this. His father, Dr. Ken Cox, started the boxing program here 40 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Okay? So when Dr. Cox takes to the ring during the intermission, it's quite a spectacle, I understand. He's quite the character. He's a physician, but he's also a performer. So if you have a couple bucks, you should try to get in on Let's Make a Deal. You might win something.
I'm looking forward to it.
Well, you'll probably be getting ready. So we go into the third round here. Again, this is Isaiah Ortiz from West Point Army and Lee Ho from North Carolina. And this is perhaps the most competitive of the bouts we've seen, don't you think?
I think so, yes, sir.
So do you think Ortiz's approach in that first round was just to take some punches to tire him out? Is that a tactic?
I don't think that's ever really going to be a tactic besides, Muhammad Ali.
I was going to tell you only one.
But I think that he believes that he didn't really get the score that he wanted on that first round, and he won the second round. And so, this is the tiebreaker right here. They both have to give all their effort.
Well, it's not inconceivable these two guys could meet again. Do they go to different regionals to get to nationals, or is North Carolina and they're not in your regional, are they, or are they? I don't recall that they have been.
No, I'm not sure. I don't believe that they are in our region.
Do they have a program of note? I don't recall seeing North Carolina boxers at any of the handful of events that we've done. Do you see them often?
We don't usually see them too often. Mostly at nationals or big events such as this. But they do have, 1 or 2 really good boxers. They travel a lot.
So there you go. That's a great bout.
Isaiah Ortiz and Lee Ho.
what the other thing that we've noticed that's been pretty obvious is the sportsmanship. I take it you see that wherever you go, that there's great sportsmanship.
Yes, sir. Yeah, win or lose, I've never seen any type of animosity towards the other boxer.
Dish out the hardware. Joining us in the ring, Bill Lingle and Corey Mitchell.
At the end of the fight, you're boxers. You're doing the sport that you love, and there's really no hard feelings.
So when did you decide that you loved it, by the way? Have you reached that point? Is that a fair characterization? You brought it up.
You got to put in a lot of effort in order to do this, and I don't think I'd be able to put in as much effort if I didn't feel strongly towards the sport.
Did you enjoy it more than, what'd you say, you played football? What else in school?
Yes, sir. Football, basketball, and baseball.
And?
I enjoy this a lot more, boxing.
Well, we're going to get the decision here momentarily. Again, two quick, agile guys meeting here at Thomas Fieldhouse. It's the Record Online, and it is the 40th annual Lock Haven University Collegiate Boxing Invitational. We have a 13-fight card. Collegiate Boxing Invitational. We have a 13-fight card. This is the third fight. 10 to go. Our director's getting her cookies out. We're awaiting the decision. They're tabulating. What other three scorers, or how many?
Everybody, the decision is in, and the winner by decision, boxing out of the blue corner from the University of North Carolina, Lee Ho.
Well, what do you think? That's a surprise, isn't it? The national champ's been knocked off.
Yeah. We like to say, yes, we won the championship last year, but we haven't won anything yet. And so you don't really like to...
Yeah, there'll be motivation there.
Right.
As our local wrestling coach likes to say, after a kid loses, we see things we can clean up.
Yes, sir.
That's a great...